And they're racing. Another pearl, just a fair break. Princess Novak best away from Corborn Clay. Another pearl around the outside, and Eva's Storm. Duratio Storm checks off heels, bangs into MCD, loses 5 lengths, and getting a run up the inside's Dark Gunner. Now, up the front here, Corborn Clay and Princess Novak. Corborn Clay ducks past Princess Novak. Another pearl up the centre with Dark Gunner the inside, Duratio Storm and Eva Storm down the outside. Corborn Clay on debut wins, and another pearl does run another placing. And Dark Gunner third, then Eva Storm, Duratio Storm, Princess Novak, who was good to the bend, and then MCD, who was badly checked quite early. So there we have it, Corborn Clay. Was there any late money for it? Bookies had $3.50, I think, at the close, $4 on the tote, and has done the job in a 22 and 32. Got away quite nicely. Racing, Apollo fair break, but Fastback King beats it out, and Homebush Ginger gets into its work early. Lagoon Mac pokes up, and Apollo tries to drive through the inside. Homebush bounce just back and behind this leading group. They'll be followed then by Powerwood J, Botany Liz, and Powerwood Token. On the corner, Homebush Ginger is in front, giving chase Fastback King. Now over on the outside, finishing off nicely was Apollo. To Homebush Ginger, Apollo nailing it. Apollo over the top of Homebush Ginger. Then a really good go for third, but maybe Fastback King with Lagoon Mac. We had Botany Liz poking up there as well, and also not too far away from them was a Powerwood J, and a Powerwood Token was back when they crossed, and back with it was Homebush Bounce. Well, the favourites got there. Took him a wee while to do it, but he did, and he's got over the top of Homebush Ginger, who I thought in front would probably do the job. They've clocked a respectable 21.75 in the end. Homebush Ginger got off the lids nicely with Fastback King, and then Apollo just eased around the three and pushed out Lagoon Mac, who'd got into the race early. Racing. Spring Major down on its nose early, and Smash Allegro goes out hard, and up and around the outside Freedom Flyer hunts into it. It's going to get to the lead. Freedom Flyer from Smash Allegro, then Curious Life, and here comes Spring Major punching into it. Then we've got Red Mover Hoover, Your Say, and last of all Lochinvar Maui. Round the bend, Freedom Flyer in front, trying to cut it down here with Smash Allegro. Further back to Spring Major, Freedom Flyer keeps kicking and is in by 3/4 of a length from Smash Allegro. Then we had Spring Major, Red Mover Hoover. Curious Life next to go by, then Lochinvar Maui, and Your Say was last in. Oh, there you go. Freedom Flyer off the outside was able to cross and win, does advance his box 8 record, and once he was in front, he was going to be hard to pull back because he's got a bit of strength about him. And he's clocked at 21.44. Spring Major slow traditionally, and certainly was. Let's just have a look at that market again. The start set and racing. Manu Rama hopped out okay. Now Loving the Mix is trying to push forward. Winfield Winter has got out quite nicely and pushed its way to the lead here. Ira Stark goes forward, and Loving the Mix settles third. Then Manu Rama getting underneath that. Purely around the outside of that runner. Further back to Bitcoin. Beside that too there, we've got Corborn Sarah and also Show 'em Baby. Down they come, and Ira Stark kicks on past Winfield Winter and scores. Manu Rama lands third ahead of Loving the Mix, and they'd be followed across then by next runner in was Corborn Sarah. Pure Lee was back with that, and then we had Bitcoin and Show 'em Baby. Well, Arnie's having a field day, and he's having a good little run with his team. And Ira Stark, he's kicked on to score this nicely, and to be fair, was matching strides with the Loving the Mix early. Now there was a number of lengths between their performance last week. Racing, Angevella bounds straight to the lead. Coming with it there, Super Zip Zip's gone past Angevella and up and around the outside goes up high. Angevella staying in touch with them though. Then we've got plenty of time trying to drive through. Further back in the race here, we've got Opawa Shaden. Alamein Duke is well back. Also well back in the piece here, Shin Zigzag and really clever. Up they come. Super Zip Zip kicking. Through on the inside was Angevella and Lake plenty of times bombed them all. Plenty of time, I think Angevella may be second from Super Zip Zip game. Then Alamein Duke. Further back in the race, Opawa Shaden. Shin Zigzag not in the hunt, nor really clever, and Up High dropped out to last. 4, 3, 10 and 9 quickly on the board here. And plenty of time gets over the top. For Elisa Ahern victory here, and she'll get the Quinella with the 3, Angevella, who hopped out nicely. Racing, Corborn Shadow out okay. Bundoran Lads jumped well and so too is Not Bad, and right there too was Nickus Sentry. Then Corborn Shadow through on the inside, Corborn Josh out wide around Homebush Stew. Back in the race here, Mr. Zaphonic and Dogged Dan back to last. Now around the corner they come here, and in front we've got Not Bad close in. Bundoran Lad down the outside, Nickus Sentry between them, heading to the post, lasting Not Bad. Has scored from Bundoran Lad, Nickus Sentry. Corborn Shadow was just a run. Back and behind those runners then we would have had Homebush Stew. Wider on the track there to Corborn Josh. Dogged Dan finished back towards the rear of the field with Mr. Zaphonic. Not Bad, dog 2 in the race for Brent Johnson scores in a 21.94. Headed early by Nickus Sentry. Thought he was going to do it again. Racing, Sedgebrook Magic just fairly away, beaten out here by Gummy Gumpster, tries to drive through the inside. Up beside them too would have been Corborn Tip. Now Double Entendra's got right onto the tail of Sedgebrook Magic, who's pushing through to lead. Working Jules out a wee bit wider. Back in the race here we've got Zamatis Lass, Homebush Misha, Vinnie Baxter. Round the corner, Sedgebrook Magic in front. Look to your left, Sunshine, because here comes Double Entendre. Sedgebrook Magic just, I think, from Double Entendre, maybe even ahead. It's lasted all right, but gee, it ran it close. And behind them then to Gummy Gumpster. And they'd be followed back behind those runners then by Vinnie Baxter getting home well, with Working Jewel back behind those runners. Further back to Zamatis Lass. Homebush Misha was well back when they crossed. Corborn Tip might have beaten 1 or 2 in. 1, 3, 2 and 7 on the board. Sedgebrook Magic just took a wee while to work to the lead, and I thought Double Entendre might be close enough to upset here. Racing, Good Time Mike hops out okay with Thrilling Toby. Out wide, Big Wonder's jumped and crossed them here. Big Wonder drives to the lead by a couple of lengths. Now Malachi Magic's getting into the clear up and around the outside of Thrilling Toby. Very hard to beat from there. You'd think the favourite about 4 lengths away then. We've got Golfing Buddy. Then we've got Ginger Pat. Thrill on the inside of that there to Rattlesnake Jake. Tough Diamond is a long way from them as they swing the corner, and so too is Good Time Mike. Malachi Magic waves bye-bye. Battles on for the minors here. Thrilling Toby gets up the outside narrowly from Big Wonder third. Get back to Golfing Buddy. Tough Diamond next to go by. Then Rattlesnake Jake and Ginger Pat. And Good Time Mike was back with them. And 26.32 for Malachi Magic. He was the winner a long, long way from home there. Over the 2. Thrilling Toby's got up for second from Big Wonder, who jumped and got to the lead. And Golfing Buddy back in 4th spot. And they were well stretched out, but he found clear air. Look at the galloping action on this dog. He can really hike when he gets into the clear. Just lately he's been taking too long to get there, but not today, and he's won by 6 lengths. racing. Sweet Ruby Jane bounds well along with Ritzadani, but Ruby Jane goes straight to the lead and things are looking sweet already. Ritzadani tracks it through. They'll be followed through then by Attaboy Zeke and Wall Age. Back and behind these runners to Corborn Aries. Next to last is Torero and Digger Socks is 10 lengths last. Down the back it's Sweet Ruby Jane by 3 or 4. Ritzadani trying to keep her company, about 5 away then Attaboy Zeke and Wall Age. Corborn Aries next around a couple of lengths back, another 3 away Torero and 10 back Digger Socks. Sweet Ruby Jane's extended by 5 or 6 now on Ritzadani around the corner. Wall Age is pressing on with Attaboy Zeke, Corborn Aries, others no chance. Down comes Sweet Ruby Jane. She'll make it 2 distance races, wins in a week. Wall Age is going to gallop to second, Ritzadani third. Attaboy Zeke next to go by. Further back in the race to Torero, Corborn Aries, and Digger Socks was always trailing at the back. What she clocked here, 38.92. She did it from the front, so she took bad luck out of the equation. Wall Age runs to second, and Ritzadani, well, he tried hard. He tried to stay with Sweet Ruby Jane. He just couldn't go with her. 3, 6, 2 and 5. Racing, Chloe's Prodigy, a fair break the inside. Corborn Kinney gets out nicely. Corborn Miami shows up a wee bit there. Here's Cassim pushing through the inside. Arcane Rampage starts to get handy as well. Corborn Miami settled back midfield now and around the outside to the banks, trying to work up handy. Lagoon Twist is well back. So too Trendy Lass, and Chloe's Prodigy has tailed off around the corner in a heap. It's Chasm the outside, to the bank down the outside, sneaking through the inside. Arcane Rampage bolts clear. Corborn Miami late. Arcane Rampage is in. Just further extends his record here. Corborn Miami to second for a Matt Roberts Quinella, and third was Chasm. Lagoon Twist came home fairly well. Corborn Kenny wasn't too far away, and they finished in a whole heap, this lot. They'd be followed in then by, to the bank if I didn't mention it, back in the pack there we would have had Corborn Kenny, Trendy Lass and Chloe's Prodigy tailed off. Arcane Rampage. He is now 7 starts here. Racing, Botany Seaton, a fair break. Geez, an even line here. Cosmic Scramble over on the outside's trying to push forward there on Memory Lapse, and Botany Seaton and Corborn Witches 2 lengths last. Cosmic Scramble gets to the lead. Now he gets a good side of the bunny here and he puts the hammer down and he goes clear by 5, and the other 3 are in a ruck here. Memory Lapse the outside of Corborn Witch and Botany Seaton the inside around the corner, and something's gone amiss with Botany Seaton. It will finish 4th. Cosmic Scramble in front by about 4 or 5. Memory Lapse is second. Corborn Witch is challenging it though. Ooh, tight second and third. Cosmic Scramble wins. Wouldn't put my life on it, but Corborn Witch might have got up for second there on Memory Lapse, and then unfortunately Botany Seaton has tailed off a long, long last. Cosmic Scramble, 7, 6 gets up for second, then the 3, then the 2, 7, 6, 3 and 2, and a 26.33. This is more like Cosmic Scramble, and 7.93 has been the run home. So put this race to bed fairly early. It was a good even line early, having said that. Racing. Good line. Corborn Crouch out pretty well, but Thou Romeo heads it early. Corborn Crouch trying to stay underneath it. Couple of links back then to Corborn Maddie. Just beside that then was Lagoon Bell. Premier Division pushes away from the rail, and Izzy Bale is last. Thou Romeo sets them up by 2.5. Corborn Crouch gives chase. Couple of links away then. We've got Premier Division running around the outside of Corborn Maddie. Izzy Bale down the outside and closer in Lagoon Bell. Thou Romeo in front. Corborn Crouch lines it up, picks it up. Corborn Crouch in from Thou Romeo. Good go for third. Premier Division just from Izzy Bale, Corborn Maddie and Lagoon Bell. In a good competitive race, but did end up last. He's back in winning shape, Corborn Crouch. Maybe not vintage Crouch, but good enough. He's run 26.07 on a very cool day too, and he's beaten a form dog, Thou Romeo. Deb's got him going really nicely. He fired to the lead and tried to pinch, well, he did pinch a break, and then Corborn Crouch picked him up in the straight. Easily enough in the end. It was a length and a half, but it was a really nice gallop from Thou Romeo second.